Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say.
God. Oh, so good.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Minnetonka. Good morning, Egan. Good morning, Wenatchee, Washington. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Have a seat, everybody. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and the Mickey Mouse Club's favorite Mouseketeer,
Aw.
Kendall Mark, everybody.
Me. Hi.
Good morning.
Hello.
How you doing?
It was like an extra big hug of
I know.
human contact.
And your reputation now is preceding the show. Moments I heard, I was back there.
Yep.
Kendall comes into the studio, and an audience member just said, "Hey, Kendall, can I come give you a hug?" Yeah.
I was like, no, it's okay.
My mom did that to you. Dar came up to you.
I know, but that was like, I think I went in for that one.
Yeah, you did go in
I
for that
did.
one.
I was aggressive about it.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It was a good weekend.
Was it?
I feel rested. Feel good.
I'm glad one of us on this program is rested.
I
Yeah,
am
I mean,
too.
we gotta balance each other out. What did you on a boat?
Okay,
What did you?
No, okay. Everybody who is married to someone that they love, whatever, you'll get it. My husband was away for the weekend, so I did whatever I wanted. It was fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. I read. It was wonderful.
I love how you had to preface that for people who are married to people they love.
Yes.
Now, we're not talking to the people if you're married to someone you don't like,
Right.
but yeah.
Just if you love them, like I love you, honey. I know he's
No,
watching, so.
I get it. It's no disrespect. I've
Yeah.
said it a bazillion times on the show. Know thyself.
Yes.
I like my alone time. I have no
Me
problem.
too.
Yeah, you and I are very
I
similar.
don't like
on
to be
that.
touched, and I don't want anyone to bother me.
Exactly. I'm exactly the same way. I mean, yeah. When I get on this, leave me alone. But no,
yeah.
it's not a referendum on
No.
our marriage or our feelings toward Jordan and Colin.
No.
It's just leave me alone.
Right.
Just leave me. Go. Let me be by
Don't
myself.
judge how long I read books. I will read literally all day until I can't feel my tush.
Is that
okay?
all? Is that what you did? You just read all weekend? I love that.
I really did. I did. You had a busy weekend, though.
I did. I flew out. Now this is what I've told Director Leo. We can do no close-ups today because no close-ups because I got in last night, did a little quick weekend trip, got in last night. The plane landed at midnight, literally midnight, and I know. And I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like the old gray mare. She ain't what she used to be. I don't know who the heck I think I am.
I don't know.
Who am I? I'm turning 48 on Friday. I should not be doing. I know. Again, no close-ups today. I got home. I did like 3 hours of sleep. Look, I don't regret it. I'm not complaining.
Right.
It was a great. We crammed in as much as we humanly could in the 2.5 days. But I sort of regretted it when the alarm went off at 4:05 this morning.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's what time the alarm goes
That's
off.
how I felt after Wicked when we made fun of me
Yeah.
on Friday. I was like, I'm here.
And it's that universal thing, and you're with me, friends. It's that you're in bed and you're real cozy and you're warm, and then you just want to lay there and just, oh, it's horrible. And then you eventually just got to rip the blanket off. And that's what I did. I went like this. I went 3, 2, 1, and I just jumped out of bed before I could even think about. And I looked in the mirror and I just thought, wow, this is going on TV today. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. I'm not kidding. I almost wore my sunglasses today on the show, just to block.
It's a little Anna Wintour.
I might do the next segment of them. I don't know. We start. Hey, we're going to start with some sad news. But the passing of a Hollywood groundbreaker, really. Actress Nichelle Nichols died this weekend. Best known for playing Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. Look.
Why don't you tell me I'm an attractive young lady? Or ask me if I've ever been in love? Tell me how your planet Vulcan looks on a lazy evening when the moon is full.
Vulcan has no moon, Miss Uhura.
I'm not surprised, Mr. Spock.
A great scene. Fans love that scene between those two. Nichols broke so many barriers for black women, especially in Hollywood back in the 1960s, starring in the iconic Star Trek series. Teleprompter, roll up, please. Yeah. The teleprompter operator was also on my flight. That's right. Hey, at least it's not Friday. Friday, the teleprompter was upside down. The words were upside down.
When it was
this,
working.
I'll take this any day. Anyway, she once shared a kiss with William Shatner, something that was unheard of. That was in the 60s. You didn't see that. You didn't see it in the grocery store a lot, let alone on NBC. Later in life, she helped NASA recruit more women and minorities into being astronauts. You know, and again, for the youngins, the passing is good. Not the passing is good, but the passing is an opportunity to teach the young folks what a trailblazer she was. Because in the 60s, you had Diane Carroll and you had Miss Nichols. That was it. She was one of the first black women to be a major cast member on a major television show. Her co-star, her Star Trek co-star William Shatner, tweeted this. She was a beautiful woman and played an admirable character that did so much for redefining social issues in the U.S. and throughout the world. George Takei, meanwhile, they were really dear friends, shared this picture saying, "We lived long and prospered together." And Star Trek, yeah, I love that. I love George. And Star Trek Voyager star Kate Mulgrew tweeted, Nichelle Nichols was the first. She was a trailblazer. Yeah. In so many ways. Next in the dish, from Bruce Springsteen to Bob Dylan to Sting, we've seen a lot of big name music stars selling their songs for giant profits. But one star who won't be doing that is the legend behind hits like this.
Cherish this day. You get the power to make me feel good. Lately I perish the thought of ever leaving. I am
One of her most, in our opinion here at the Jason Show, her most underappreciated album, True Blue. Just saying. What? Well, Like a Prayer. Oh, that was on Like a Prayer, wasn't it? Yeah, Cherish was. In an interview with Variety, Madonna says ownership is everything, and no amount of cash is worth selling her songs. Instead, she plans to expand her catalog as well as finding new ways to re-release old tracks and introduce her music to newer generations. Brilliant. If I was Madge and you don't need that money, I've never understood why these artists do sell. I mean, look, they don't need the money. It's not like they're trying to pay off their Sears bill. You know what I mean? It's like, why does Bruce Spring? You know, I would want to keep that not for you, but I would want to keep that for your kids or my non-existent kids. But yeah.
Right. It is kind of odd when you really do think about it, because unless they're just tired of controlling their name and likeness, I don't know. But can't you pay people to do that anyway?
You can, but.
I don't know.
And she's right. The ownership is everything. If you're, it's Bethany Frankel. I mean, there's so many smart people that have made. I mean, for instance, we don't own this. You know, Fox owns my name, for heaven's sake. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Which is the weirdest feeling in the world. You know what I mean?
This mug,
It owns, yeah.
Owns the things.
They own my name. It's weird. Anyway, next in the dish, Saturday Night Live will begin its 48th season this fall. Now the longest-running cast member suggests it could be one of the final seasons. Kenan Thompson was on a podcast and was asked about rumors that SNL creator Lorne Michaels would retire after the show's 50th season. Thompson said ending the show after Lorne retires is probably a good idea. Kenan said he worries NBC would slash the budget after Lorne leaves, causing it to go down in flames. Kenan makes such a good point because, look, those TV executives, they're slippery. And what they're going to do is, and they're cheap. They're going to look for any opportunity. The minute they're afraid of Lorne, because Lorne's been there forever. Bosses and NBC presidents have come and gone.
Yep.
Lorne is forever. So they're afraid of him. They're not. If Lorne wants a budget of $7 million, the Peacock is going to go right down to U.S. Bank and get it and then bring it to Lorne.
Yep.
But once Lorne's gone, yeah, they trust him. They have a 50-year history of trust. They're not going to have this with the woman or man that follows him.
No.
So, yeah, they are going to slash that budget. So end it. 50 is a great number, you know?
It is, and the way that we process just entertainment now is so different than when
Yep.
the show came out, and it's had a hard time over the last few years. Without him, how are you going to keep it the way that it is? I just don't think it's...
Yeah, but it would be very weird because SNL at this
yeah.
point now is like a utility. You know, you expect it to be there, like Excel Energy and the water company and garbage. You just expect when you flip on the light switch, it's going to be there. When you flip on the TV on Saturday nights, you expect it to be there. I was realizing this in conjunction with my age. I don't know a life without SNL. I was born the same year. So I've never known Earth without, you know, SNL.
Right. Me neither.
Yeah. I don't know why I said Earth. Why did I say Earth?
Because you're tired.
I could have just said I've never known life. Why did I say I've never known Earth
It
without...
was dramatic.
It's late night, girl. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. You don't know what I'm going to say. We'll be right back. Stay with us. The hot dish isn't done yet. Next, TMZ is going to give us the latest on that Will Smith apology video.
My behavior was unacceptable.
And Chris Rock's reaction. Then, he's one of our favorites, the Gadget Guy returns. And today, it's all about the hottest gadgets for back to school. And then, we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag, where you have a lot to say about a pair of shoes. That and more when we come back. We always like to acknowledge the behind-the-scenes people because they don't get enough credit. Our photographer, Eric, is on like a 2-week trip to Transylvania or something. We don't know where he is. We hope he's going to come back. We don't know.
Yep.
I'm almost not joking. He keeps sending us texts over the weekend, and the text we got over the weekend was, I'm still alive. So that's good.
No hostage taking.
But anyway, we have Gerg filling in on the fancy jib camera this week, so thanks to Gerg. That's Gerg right there. Doesn't he? His excitement is showing, isn't it, everyone? He's so thrilled to be working at the Jason Show. His life dream has come true. John Oliver is at it again, poking fun at what? Newscasters. Of course he is. And the things they say on last week, tonight. It's our late night rewind. Look at this.
And now, people on TV daydreaming about winning the lottery.
Every lottery story from Topeka to national news. This is what we do. We dream. Yeah. And then the anchor, we're supposed to say, well, what would you do, Carrie, if you win?
I would share that money with everybody.
The big question is, when you come back to work, though, you're
Of course.
No. Have you ever won the lottery?
I can't say that I have because I'm still sitting here.
If you win the lottery, you would not show up to work the next day.
you never see me again.
You people would never see me again.
You would never see me again.
Never see you again.
You'll never see me again. I'm gone.
I'd be on some remote island you never heard of.
Would you keep working?
I'm gonna change my name. Y'all won't be able to find me. I love you, Robin. I love you, Bob. I love you, Jen.
I wouldn't quit my job.
You would not?
No, that's what they always say. So I was just joining in on that. Of course, I'd be out of here.
I don't think I would quit. Senior executive producer Lori. I would quit one of the jobs. I don't know. I don't know which one, but yeah.
You can't quit right away, though, because then people know. They're like, oh, someone from Minneapolis, Minnesota won, and he's not at work. I care. I don't want people hounding me. I don't want any of
If I have that much money, I don't care about you. No, I don't care about your... No, I'm out. No, I wouldn't quit right away. You, I care about. I'm just saying, I would come in. I'd look really happy, you know? Chris Rock reacts to Will Smith's latest apology, and T. Swift faces some turbulence. Joining me with these stories and more, give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. I'd be out the door. I'd be in the out the door club, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, Sylvester Stallone continues his attack against the producers of the Rocky franchise, and now a former co-star. Update the folks on this one.
Yeah, this is, he went full force over the weekend, Sylvester. He got on social media because there are some reports that they're doing a spin-off of Dolph Lundgren's character, Drago. And Sylvester, he went on social media and said, look, he said that the producers are running my character and the Rocky characters dry. He said, I never thought that the characters I created so many years ago would be exploited like this. And then he takes a dig at Dolph, who he thought was a close friend of his. He says, look, if Dolph really is working on this project and he was a real friend of mine, he never told me about it. So you can kind of tell Sylvester feels blindsided. Dolph has responded and said, look, this script hasn't been approved, it hasn't been picked up. So it sounds like this project, if it does happen, is in the beginning stages, but nonetheless, I mean, Sylvester is clearly upset.
Well, you know, it must be, I was thinking about, we were talking about music rights earlier with Madonna. It would be weird for Sylvester to have something that you created now controlled by someone else, and you're kind of watching it from the side.
Yeah, I mean, especially because he's not making $1 from it. You know what I mean? It'd maybe be different if he was cut in, but exactly like you said, he created these characters and now he's just on the sidelines. It has to feel disheartening.
Everyone was talking about that Will Smith apology video dropped on Friday. Chris Rock is reacting kind of, sort of now?
Kind of, sort of. So Will Smith, of course, he put up that lengthy 5-minute apology where he said that he apologized to Chris and Chris's family and to the other nominees at the Oscars that day, said he's working on himself. Chris had a show over the weekend, and while he didn't address it, or didn't address Will specifically, he kind of made a joke saying, look, I was hit by Suge Smith, is what he called him, and said, look, I'm working on myself and how I feel about it, but as far as we know and what Will has indicated, Will has reached out to Chris but hasn't heard anything back.
Yeah, I have a thought. I'll tell you in a minute, but let's get to this one. Taylor Swift is also dealing with some backlash, this time over a private jet. What's happening?
And if you know anything about Taylor Swift fans or the Swifties, they'll really do anything, Jason, to try and make it nice for Taylor, because she was accused last week in a report of being the celebrity that leaves the biggest carbon footprint with all of her private jet trips. A Swiftie took it upon themselves over the weekend on Twitter to say, "Oh my, Taylor Swift just donated $10,000 to an environmental charity." And this fan said it was her own charity, and Taylor donated $10,000. Now, it appears that just wasn't the case. Of course, the tweet went viral among the Swiftie crowd, but look, I think they were just trying to cover for Taylor, make some good press out of some bad press.
$10,000 for Taylor Swift? Congratulations, you saved one iguana and a manatee.
Hey, that's what we said here. It's got to be at least $10 million to make it right.
Yeah. Congratulations, that iguana will have a really nice life. Brad,
I hear ya.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good week. Brad, everybody,
Thanks,
from TMZ. We don't want to talk about the Will Smith any more than we need to, but my thought is this. That video, the timing is really bad, because to me, I would have waited. The conversation that Will needs to have isn't to us, the public. He needed to have the conversation with Chris Rock first before releasing this video, because now that video to me seems opportunistic. It seems like he's doing it to apologize to the public at large. Mm-hmm. Have the private conversation with Chris. That's who you owe the conversation to, not us. Then if you want to release a video, by the way, he looks like he shot it with our Becker Furniture World's bookcase. Anyway,
might have borrowed it.
Then if you want to go to a studio and shoot an apology to the fans and your partners and whatever, great. Chris, you should have talked to first.
Absolutely, because he already did a public apology, like tweeted something out and said something.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't need to do that again without talking to him.
Yeah. More dish for you now. Britney Spears is ready to tell all, but there's a small issue. Paper. Thank you,
Literal
audience.
paper?
Reports are Britney is done writing her memoir, which will be published by Simon & Schuster. The plan was to release the book in January, but that might not happen because there's a paper shortage. Apparently, people ordered a lot of books during the pandemic, like Kindle, shrinking the paper supply. There's also a labor shortage at some paper plants. Britney got $15 million to write the book about her life. Okay. Why does this not ring true to me? Stephen Hansen released a cookbook. You know what I mean? I've seen you just read a whole bunch of books.
I just read like at least 4,000 pages of books, and I didn't do this. Like, that's ridiculous. At least it's not toilet paper this time.
Well, yeah, but
can you imagine?
it just seems, you have to admit, it's probably true. I'm going to take Britney at her word. It seems a little weird.
Right. Like
Simon & Schuster didn't think about that before they cut the check?
Right.
Here, Britt, we're going to write a book that,
And like, hello, digital copies, they could still release that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, release it on iPad and the Kindle or whatever. Not that Kindle, the other one. Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah. Next in the dish, you may not know her name, but you definitely know her voice. Hollywood is remembering Pat Carroll this morning. She's the woman behind this iconic role.
My dear, sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for, to help unfortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls with no one else to turn to.
That's right. Pat Carroll is the voice of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She died Saturday at the age of 85, or 95 rather, during her career. Carroll won an Emmy and a Grammy and guest starring on countless TV shows.
It's gonna sneeze, everybody. Bless you. Just one? Just the one? Do you need two? No,
I'm good. I caught that one, though.
Okay, good. Okay.
It's only like the fourth time in 25 years I've sneezed on television.
I saw the fight. I didn't know what it was for, but I saw the
anyway,
fight.
It's the animation, obviously, but no one can argue Ursula is always on the list of the best Disney villains because of Pat Carroll, because of her voice.
Yes. And she was in, I think, I was just doing the math when we found out how old she was when she passed. I was like, I think that's great that she was in her 60s in this moment that everybody knows her so well from. Because it's always like, you have to be 20 to be famous. No, you don't.
No, the movie was 1989, I think it was released.
Yep.
And then, obviously it took a few years, but you're right. I love that point. She was in her 60s, but she was on Laverne and Shirley a lot. People know her from that. It's a loss. She was a treasure. Next up, we showed you the trailer for the new Netflix movie Blonde last week. Ana de Armas will play Marilyn Monroe in the movie, but the movie is facing some major backlash over its content and NC-17 rating. One movie critic called the movie appalling for presenting itself as a biography. Blonde is actually based on a work of fiction that reimagines Marilyn Monroe's life. Other critics say it's not fair for the movie to profit from Marilyn's image. Now, I told you about this last week. I also told you, and if you've watched a while, you know I was and am a huge Marilyn fan. I presented it rather light last week, but I read this article, and sometimes BuzzFeed drives me nuts. They they get all up in arms about things, and I'm like, okay.
So angry.
Yeah, go back in the book, so just, but this one, they're absolutely right. This is kind of gross to me because I don't know if you know this, but my buddy Don McClain at the radio show is also a big fan, and we do not purchase any Marilyn Monroe items because no one connected to Marilyn ever is controlling her estate. It's basically like a hedge fund, and it's kind of gross. So when you see Marilyn pins and stuff, it gives me the heebie. It's gross to me. And she's one of the most sexualized women in Hollywood, and now we're doing it to her again, and in fiction. They're showing, according to reports, there's a scene of real violence in this movie. Why do we need to keep exploiting this woman? Let her rest in peace. You know what I mean? Especially, it's just gross to me. I completely did a 180 about this. Anyway, we got to take a break. We're going to come back with the Gadget Guy right after this. Welcome back. Well, As we enter the month of August, back to school chatter is starting to pick up, and that means there are a slew of gadgets available for kids. Please welcome back to the show our good friend, Steve Greenberg, the gadget guy. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Dave.
Okay, let me guess. Let me see. Let me look around, because Steve has two places. That is your New York home, right?
Oh, you're learning. This is New York. I'm in New York, correct.
That's right. Okay, so let's get to this. I like your shirt, buddy. Look at you, looking all summery.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's summer. It's summer.
Okay, the first one, sensory bottles. What is this?
So this is actually pretty cool. It's slightly serious, but not totally serious. But this is really cool from a company called Hands to Mind. They do a lot of STEM products and educational products. And these are all about getting kids to talk about their feelings. This one's happy. This one is sad, blue. Here's anger, and this one right here is worried. And you can use these bottles and a little bit of emotion with them to help trigger a conversation with kids, to get them talking. In fact, during the Highland Park tragedy recently, these were used as tools to help kids talk about their feelings. So it's actually a great idea for every family. You know, we talk about so many superficial things, but if you want to get to find out how your kids are feeling, this is a great jump-off spot right here.
I'm glad you said at the beginning, because right off the bat, you could easily, blow those off and make a joke about them, but it's actually a great tool for kids that's having problems even saying the phrase "I'm sad." If they have a little thing to grab onto, that's actually a really good idea.
It works really well. It's gotten great reviews. They literally used it in a serious tragedy recently, and so it's actually wonderful. I thought it would be great for your viewers to know about it.
Next, a lunchbox. A lunchbox.
Yes. So I can't do back to school without finding what's the next latest, greatest lunchbox out there. So this is the one I found this year. This is the Omi box, invented by a mom. It's sort of like a bento box for kids. It's got these easy to open handles on it, so it's great for little hands. It's got this gasket around it, so it keeps things nice and sealed. It even has a little thermal area right here to keep hot things hot and cold things cold. And again, big handles, great for kids to use. It's gotten terrific reviews. And it's from a company called Omi Life, Omi Box. And it comes in these great colors, too. There's just a couple of them right here.
Of course a mom invented that. Of course. Moms know best.
Absolutely. When I read it, I was like, that's why I love it. I love the fact that mom came up with this. Next, this was invented by a doctor, so we're going to go to another inventor here. This is called the UV Seed, and this is a sanitizing light, great for sanitizing your desktop area or your anything. But what's great about it, look how small it is. It's cool because this is the smartest sanitizer out there. It uses augmented reality and artificial intelligence to help you go through the process. It shows you what you're actually zapping with the light, and then it actually shows you in real time the area and if that area is germ-free. And when it is germ-free, it reports back. It kills viruses and bacteria and all that stuff, including COVID-19. And it's just a really neat, smart, low-profile device for keeping your work area clean.
Steve, I don't know if we want to know what's in our work area.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But you want it clean. Come on, you don't want it. And trust me, these workspaces, keyboards are like the dirtiest thing in your home.
Yeah.
So it's really good to keep it clean.
Steve, I'm so glad. Steve, did you see that report that your desk, you know what I'm going to say, your desk is dirtier than a toilet?
And then a toilet bowl. It's absolutely true. And sadly, mine would follow along with that because it really does need a good cleaning because we touch one thing and we cough, we sneeze on it, we do all this stuff, and it really does need to be sanitized. And this is a great way to start right here. It's a great little product, so uvseed.com. Check it out.
We have one more for the segment, a blender?
Yes. So this is a portable blender. I love this thing. I'm going to start it up right now. And what it does, I threw some blueberries in, some strawberries, a little honey and water into it, and you can make your own smoothie. What's great about it is this bottom part comes out. There's another part you can put in here so you can use it as a, carry anywhere, but you can take the ingredients with you. Delicious. So you just throw it in your backpack, go take it bike riding, or you're going to your classes or between classes, you need a little pick-me-up. This is a way to have a really healthy option. Blendy, cute name too, Blendy Pro.
Could you make a margarita with that?
Absolutely, you could.
I was just, because we're the
Absolutely.
land. We're the land of 10,000 lakes. We all go on boats and pontoons. I know you're thinking a smoothie. I was sitting here going pina colada, strawberry daiquiri.
You can do all that too, and it's obviously rechargeable, no cords. this is the way to go.
If my mother-in-law is watching, it is my birthday on Friday. If you could get that for the boat, I would greatly appreciate that.
Blendy.
It's called Blendy. Is that what it is right there?
Blendy, yeah, we're right there. Blendy Pro.
What's the price point on that one, Steve?
I think it's on sale now for about $79 when I last checked the website.
Oh, Mama Haas. That's a couple pull tabs. It's fine.
Sure, get it.
Okay, Steve is sticking around. We have more gadgets, and of course, we're going to talk about one of the biggest internet shows ever, that Steve Greenberg show. Where's the logo? You usually undress and your logo's like on your body or something. Where is it? There it is, right there. What the heck is that? You'll find out what the heck is that when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. I'm not kidding. I want that for the boat. Welcome back. There are gadgets for students of all ages as they go prepare to go back to school. The gadget guy's back. Hey, Steve, guess what? I contacted the mother-in-law, and she's ordering the Blendy right now for the cabin. So we're on it, girl.
I love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the Worky workstation. What is that?
Oh, actually, I swapped it around. I'm gonna do this one first.
Sure, do what you want.
This is called TriScreen. It's a company called Zbeck. Here's its logo and box right here. This fits onto any laptop, and it adds 2 screens to it. So this is like if you want a real workstation where you're at, whether you're working a job or school, you need multiple screens these days. This lets you add those screens, and when you're finished, you just unplug them, and they all just slide back behind it like that, and it's gone. So you're able to add extra screens and take them away. Of course, I'm doing this in a sloppy, fast fashion, but I have to unplug another plug back there. But you get the idea. It plugs it back up.
I trust you, Steve. There it is right there. There's the video. Hey, Steve, is it compatible for Apple and PC?
Absolutely. It does Apple and PC. It's a great way to get those extra screens. It weighs less than 2 pounds, so it's not a big burden to carry around with you. And it's super portable. It pops right off of this thing. You've got to plug into a couple of the USB-C ports, but very easy to set up. And it's by this great little company called Zbeck with an X.
That is awesome. That's going to sell quickly. What else do we have?
Okay, well, you teased it a little bit. This is called Worky, and this is a workstation in a box, basically in a large briefcase. You can plug it in, which I've done right here. You open it up, and it's got a place to store your laptop. It's got all of these storage areas in it, which I think are amazing. And you got a whiteboard here. It's magnetic. You've got everything you need. One of my favorite features, it's got a built-in light, so you could do like video calls or talking to a teacher or talking to your boss this way. And when you're done, probably the best feature of all, it closes up. You can slip it under a bed or in a closet, and your work area is gone, which is also important. I think for mental health.
I like that light thing. That's a great idea.
It's all in one, and this way you have all your stuff together. You don't have to keep running around the house and keeping those scissors here and the tape here. It's all where it needs to be. You open it up, you've got your workstation. When you're done, you fold it up, and you can get back to living your life.
Okay, this last one, a hands-free smartphone pillow. What is that?
This is from the folks at Hammacher Schlemmer. It's 56 inches long, and you can wrap it around your waist. You can make it freestanding. I prefer to use it around my neck like this. It's for relaxing, watching your YouTube videos, or communicating with your friends or FaceTime. This thing all turns around. You can watch it either way. It's comfortable. My hands are free. It's just a great little kind of nice thing to have in your apartment, especially for a dorm room or something. This seems like a great idea. It's from the folks at Hammacher Schlemmer.
Oh my, that's the best. No, Steve, don't get up. Please stay right there for the rest of the segment. That is fantastic.
Okay.
What does it work on only iPhones or iPads too?
Actually, this thing is large enough that you can hold an iPad in there easily. So it expands and contracts right here. And also it's for vertical or horizontal. It's just a very multi-use kind of thing. Very cool and very comfortable. I love this. Support your neck while you're watching your videos.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of videos, tell everybody the show they should be watching.
They should be watching. What the heck is that? Here's the logo for it. I'll have to stand up and do that
right
for
there.
a second. Of course, I have the QR code right behind me right here. If you scan it, you go right to the YouTube channel. and you can check out some fun. So if you like gadgets and you like a game show, it's a combination. I keep showing, and the next episodes we're gonna load, I shot in Mexico when I was down in Mexico. So these are in the sea, by the pool in Mexico, and they'll be loaded next week. So if you wanna, see a lot of pretty people in bathing suits, not me, but other people in bathing suits, that's the one to watch. I have some really fun gadgets that I brought poolside in Mexico. So check out, what the heck is that?
Steve, let me just, before we go, if I come to your house for a cocktail, and I hope I will at some point,
I would love that.
Is that QVC code up like all the time, or only?
My partner is probably not thrilled about it, but it has not come down in weeks. I mean, before I went to Mexico, when I came back, I found a nice little place for it to hang, and it's been staying there. And it kind of has, you step back a little bit, it has kind of an artistic look to it.
It does, Steve. Yeah.
Montage of pictures. So I don't think it's that offensive, but
no.
Yeah, no, it's there. If you come in, it'll be there. So I promise you, I'm not taking it down for a while.
The great Steve Greenberg, everybody. If you miss any of these gadgets, we'll be posting the segments on our YouTube and Facebook page. Search for Jason Show TV. Find Steve's YouTube show, What the Heck Is That, at GadgetGameShow.com. We're opening up the mailbag when we come back. Back after this. Addie, can we get a TV?
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, producer Ted's parking gate.
Troublesome.
Probably. As we look back on season 7, probably the biggest moment of season 7 is when we found out Ted had been illegally parking for years.
Yeah.
In our parking lot.
Someone should have called the FBI.
Seriously. Kendall joins me again, and it's Monday, and every Monday we open up the Jason Show mailbag. Hit it, Leo.
You got me.
First up, two people had a question about the shoes that I wore on Friday. I usually get a reaction from these. Heather and Patricia both said, I love your rainbow and dark blue tennis shoes. Can you tell me what brand they are? They are actually, so here's a look at the shoes. They're from pseudo.com. And I found them because, and you can't really tell by the picture, I was even thrown off by this. The shoelaces are fake. They're not real shoelaces because it's like an environmentally sustainable company where everything on that shoe is made from recyclable materials, and you can throw them in the washer. They're incredibly soft. They have so much support. They're the most comfortable shoe I've ever worn. I mean, I really mean that. And at first the no shoelaces bugged me. I thought it looked dumb, but now because they don't want waste, they're trying to cut down on waste. I don't miss them at all.
I have some slide-on Vans like that are no shoelaces, and they're my favorite tennis shoes.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Pseudo with a P. Rose is up next. Hi, Rose. She had a comment on Kendall's book club saying, I read both of the books Kendall and her mom recommended. Both were wonderful. I was wondering if they have more they would recommend.
Well, we always have more. I think we'll shoot one probably in the next couple of weeks. We try to do one once a month. But I will say, if you read the last book I recommended, it was called A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's a series. So if you really liked it, continue on with the series. I am obsessed. I just finished the final book. At this point, she's writing more this weekend. It was one of the things that I did.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. So if you liked it, try the next book. I'll get you through.
How many are in that series again?
Right now, there are 5.
Okay.
And the last one's like an 800-page book, and
800 pages?
Oh, I read thousands of pages of books over the weekend. That's not an exaggeration. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, no, I'm like Beverly Cleary. If it's bigger than Super Fudge, I'm not reading it. And it's like...
Beverly Cleary?
Ramona. Robert is next. He has a recommendation for me. Hi, Robert. Hey, Jason, I found the greatest nachos ever. Layered just the way you like them. The Deer Lake Winery in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. They will not disappoint, and they complement that with a wine slushy. Robert really knows me, doesn't he? Yeah. Because my thing is, and I know that America is with me on this one. We can't agree on much as a society these days, but everyone agrees. In life, it's horrible to order a platter of nachos and all the crap is on the top, and then you get to the mountain and it's just plain chips.
Yep.
I want that layered. I want chips, crap, chips, crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Heavy on the just crap.
Just, and then cheese, and then top it with like cheese and stuff.
Yeah, more crap.
More stuff, yeah. Next, several people commented on one of our recent TikTok videos. Yes, we're on TikTok. It's the Jason Show TV. We shared my hilarious exchange with Bonnie Hunt last week. Justin said, OMG, I love her so much. And Brenda said, I love Bonnie Hunt. What they're talking about is Bonnie was so quick on the draw. I had said something like, I forgot what it was, and
you get this all the time. That's what you had said, something like, I'm sure you get this all the time, and then she said.
Oh yeah, I said, I'm sure you get this all the time. She was, yes, they're real. Yes, they're real. That's what it was. Thank you.
She's like, it's just a good bra.
Just a good bra. They're real, and she was delightful. I mean, she just was. Again, we say it a lot. I love a guest that comes to play, and she absolutely came to play.
When someone says something like that, do you go, does it just throw you off even just for a second because you're like, was not expecting that?
Yeah, not throwing me off, but I'm the happiest in live television when something like that happens, and Jeff knows that. When there's a little chaos, when something
a little sprinkle of crazy.
Well, to a point. I mean, but I thrive on that. I love those moments because people don't want to watch the structured stuff. It's one of the great reasons why the show is live because it's a cliche, but anything can happen. You know. We could fall off the set right now,
It's happened. The one time I ripped my dress on set.
You ripped your dress on set.
I had to back out of the set.
Yeah. This chair almost went backwards a couple times. I mean, anything can happen. You can stay connected with us on social media. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And like we said, we're on TikTok too. Addie does a great job because she's young and she's hip, unlike us. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. No, you're hip. I'm saying me and
Whatever.
Jeff. No.
Whatever.
I'm not in Jeff. Welcome back, everybody. Ready? It's time for the world's shortest segment. Today is a day that changed music forever. 41 years ago today, people saw this for the first time.
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Pictures came and broke your heart.
That is Video Killed the Radio Star, the first music video played on a brand new cable channel called MTV. It would go on to shape the decades to come. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a break. What's in the surprise goodbye? We'll find out when you find out next. Welcome back. Now, we don't have a lot of time. And it's not in my nature to embarrass anybody, but I will point out and give a shout out. There was an audience member who was sitting like right here in the front row and wanted no attention, but then we moved her up. So she's right there in the middle, everybody. If you know, yeah. So she wanted no attention whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah. Sassy Mary. That's Sassy Middle Mary, because we had her literally. Executive producer Jeff put her like right here by herself. No wonder she didn't want to sit there. Poor Mary. It's time for the surprise goodbye. Today, a good reason, we don't know what's in the segment until we read it right now. Today, a good reason to check your luggage before coming home from vacation. Look at what one woman found in her suitcase. 18 scorpions.
No. They're little, at least. Some of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a mama scorpion. She opened her suitcase after returning from Croatia to find a mama and her babies crawling around in her clothes. She called animal control, who caught the creepers and planned to return them back to Croatia. What?
Yeah, you gotta bring them back.
I love God's creatures, but I would ignite that thing. It was just, all my clothes, the closet, the house.
Even the babies? They're like this big.
Don't write me, PETA. It's a joke. I'm not serious. Oh, God, they're forming the email right now.
Jason?
I love animals. Tomorrow on the show, Stephanie Hansen is back. Speaking of Croatia, talking watermelon, she shares a simple watermelon salad recipe and her hack for cutting watermelon. We all need that. Go out there and be yourself. Nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. No, I would not ignite them.